Good rising, great awakenings. Thank you for tuning in. Moving upper. All right, we're going to get started. All right, welcome to today's presentation of the Spiral Dance Medicine Wheel for the Fall Equinox. I'm going to start with lighting the candles and saging the area. Just try to set up. I think I got rid of the horrible feedback from last time. I'm really looking forward to this. And for the water, I'm going to honor the Native nations originally from the Chicago area. Got a plant right over here. What's that called? Indigenous nations of Chicago, Ojibwe, Odawa, Potawatomi, Yami, Ho-Chunk, Menominee, Sac, Fox, and Kipling. All those not named. All right, so this is the Fall Equinox presentation of the Spiral Dance Medicine Wheel. And it's at this time that we honor the 4 elements, the 4 directions, the 4 seasons, the 4 aspects of being, as well as the 4 directions and the indigenous people of the 4 directions, coming together as one, as prophesied by the Hopi many moons ago. And the purpose of this presentation is to offer different sound offerings, chants, music, prayers, and of course the chimes. And let's see. Here's the chart that I made for the Spiral Dance Medicine Wheel. This is my own version. There's many versions. This one shows the indigenous people of the 4 directions by the 4 colors. There's indigenous people to the north with the gift of fire. Indigenous people to the east have the gift of the air, or the mind. Indigenous people to the south, the black people, have the gift of water. And indigenous people to the red have the gift of the earth. And right now we're at the fall equinox, which is this point here on the wheel. And that is a symbol of earth and the body and the west. And it's a spiral dance because it goes around this circle every year, but it also moves forward. It doesn't just repeat a circle. Every year we have progress and change and growth. And so it's a combination of the spiral dance, which gets its name from the people of the north, but all indigenous tribes honor these particular holidays of the year. These are the actual holy days of the year. Other holidays are usually a week or 10 days after one of these holy days. So we have the fall equinox, then we have mid-fall, which is Dia de los Muertos, Halloween. Then we have the winter, which is the people of the north, or the winter solstice. Then we have the midwinter, which is Candlemas. And then we have the east, the spring equinox. And then we have the middle of spring. And then we have summer. Well, the middle of spring is known as Beltane or May Day in some cultures. And then summer solstice. And in the middle of summer is Sirius rising, or the dog days. So right now we're here. And according to this chart, whenever we get around to the middle of spring, that's when we ascend or move forward on the spiral. We don't want to keep repeating the same things over and over. We want to keep moving in a spiral. Just take this down last. All right, so we're going to start with the singing bowl. This is a crystal singing bowl, so a lot of these are combinations of traditions. You know, the ancestral tradition, original traditions from the East, and then the people of the North added different elements to make the bowls with. So we're going to go counterclockwise to open up our circle. Most people think of Om as coming from the East. However, we find evidence of Om engraved in the temples in ancient Kemet. One thing about this spiral dance is when you dig a little deeper, you'll find that it was melanated people on every continent that originated all of these cultures. And that is what is ultimately going to bring us together, when we can all accept that we have a common origin. That's our unity. There's one culture, the human race, and spread out in many directions over many timelines. So that's the opening. Now we're going to have the song that started this ceremony for me. I'm not sure about this lighting. Let me just make one minor adjustment. See if I can get this. I don't know. Okay. All right. Yeah. So this is a song I learned from the Lakota Nation, and the Lakota is part of my ancestry. There was a group of Lakotas that ended up in Mississippi, believe it or not, the Saponi. So this is a song for the four directions. And when I first started practicing this song as medicine, is to help heal myself of racism and hatred and prejudice and tribalism and nationalism. And I got styes on my eyes that moved around for 2 years until I was able to cleanse myself of this illness. And that's when I started using this song as part of my medicine practice. And when I released it on my album, I was asked to always introduce it a special way. And now this has turned into this spiral dance medicine wheel ceremony. Right. So I'm going to start with the West. I know that some of the cameras flip it around, but. Viana Payata, Eduayo, Nathan Kashila, Ayendua, Heyo, Jackie Ayo, Jackie Ayo, Edua, Heyo, Wazia Kadia, Eduayo, Nathan Kashila, Ayendua, Heyo, Jackie Ayo, Jackie Ayo, Edua, Heyo, we are Pata, Eduayo, Idogandata, Eduayo, Nejan Kashila, Ayendua, Jackie Ayo, Jackie Ayo, Edua, Wakana Kandia, Eduayo, Nejan Kashila, Ayendua, Jackie Ayo, Jackie Ayo, Edua, Wakana Kandia, Eduayo, Nejan Kashila, Ayendua, Jackie Ayo, Jackie Ayo, Edua, Aho. Yes, it's called the Code of Four Directions, but actually you greet the four directions and then above and below. It's a song asking the guardians of each direction for guidance and protection and gratitude for all of our blessings. It's a song that is very sacred to the Lakota, and you usually hear it at a sweat lodge, which reminds me of one offering I neglected to make. Tobacco. All right, so the fall equinox is an event, the celestial event that every indigenous tradition that I'm aware of observes the equinoxes and the solstices. They all have their ways of honoring these events. And the equinox is a time of balance, a time of purification. It's a time when night and day are equal, although there's many people that say due to precession of the equinox, it's no longer on the 21st. Or at this time, I think in Kemet it's in October and February, and I think also in Peru. But nevertheless, we still observe it at this time, and it's a time for coming into alignment. Like I mentioned on my post, it's not really about letting go at this point. It's like if things will be taken, and no matter what happens, it's just good to be grateful for what is happening and what's coming into our lives, for the balance, for the change, for the clarification, for the revelations, breakthroughs. These are some of the things you can expect around this time. All right, so the next offering will be from the east, and there's a few chants. Let's see if you still see me. A few chants I've been doing for many years. So I'm going to offer them now. The first one is from Japanese Buddhism. You might be familiar with it from the life of Tina Turner, or there's probably somebody that you know that practices this. So I'm just going to chant for a few minutes. Oh, let's see. I have a little timer. Hold on a second. Okay. I got my little timer here. So the translation of the chant is Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, and it's Japanese Buddhism of Nichiren Daishonin, and it's a powerful tool for manifestation. I I practiced this for 20 years, and then I left because I wanted to know more about African tradition and African culture, but I still chant a lot. So the translation is devotion of body and mind to the true object of worship, which is your life. Um, the mystic law of bringing the invisible to the visible, the impossible to the possible. Um, the lotus flower is the flower that travels through the murky mud, and then when it blossoms on the surface, represents the simultaneity of cause and effect, because when it opens, it also produces the seed in the same moment, whereas other times a flower opens and then the seed comes, or the flower, then the fruit, and then the seed. And then the kyo is the universal sound of all things. So, this offering is that the indigenous people of the four directions, the melanated, global majority, Black, Aboriginal, Native people of the four directions. There's even Native people to the north. Rise up and unite over our common origin and our love of nature. So I'm just going to chant for about 3 minutes here. Nam yo ho ring ge kyo, 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 nam yo ho ring ge kyo. Nam yo ho ring ge kyo, nam yo ho ring ge kyo, nam yo ho ring ge kyo, nam yo ho ring ge kyo. Nam yo ho ring ge kyo, nam yo ho ring ge kyo, nam yo ho ring ge kyo, nam yo ho ring ge kyo. Nam yo ho ring ge kyo, nam yo ho ring ge kyo, nam yo ho ring ge kyo, nam yo ho ring ge kyo. Nam yo ho ring ge kyo, 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 nam yo ho ring ge kyo. Nam yo ho ring ge kyo, nam yo ho ring ge kyo, nam yo ho ring ge kyo, nam yo ho ring ge kyo. Nam yo ho ring ge kyo, 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 nam yo ho ring ge kyo. Nam yo ho ring ge kyo, 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 nam yo ho ring ge kyo. Nam yo ho ring ge kyo, 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 nam yo ho ring ge kyo. Nam yo ho ring ge kyo, 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 nam yo ho ring ge kyo. Nam yo ho ring ge kyo, 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 nam yo ho ring ge kyo. Nam yo ho ring ge kyo, 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 nam yo ho ring ge kyo. Nam yo ho ring ge kyo, 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 nam yo ho ring ge kyo. Nam yo ho ring ge kyo, 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 nam yo ho ring ge kyo. Nam yo ho ring ge kyo, 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 nam yo ho ring ge kyo. Nam yo ho ring ge kyo, 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 nam yo ho ring ge kyo. Nam yo ho ring ge kyo, nam yo ho ring ge kyo, nam yo ho ring ge kyo. Nam yo ho ring ge kyo, nam yo ho ring ge kyo, nam yo ho ring ge kyo. Have another chant from the East. This is from the Hindu tradition. I'm not really sure where this bowl is from. Tibet. I don't know. This is a chant from the Hindu tradition. The goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of love and beauty and abundance and prosperity. And this particular chant has two parts. The first part I learned from Baba Pillai, Shreem Brazi. It's a chant to clear out your brain, clear out our brain and our mind and our eyes, our first eyes, our ears, our nose, our mouth, our head, right? Just to clear it out of toxicity and negativity, doubt, anything that's keeping us from uniting as one people. And then the second part is clean. I was given that chant by Amachi, who's my mentor. Another prayer of devotion for the goddess Lakshmi. And then I have the mala beads. There's 108. So I'm just going to chant that 108 times. Om Reem Kleem Shreem Brazi Namaha. And when I'm chanting, visualize a blue light inside of your head, inside of your brain, clearing out each hemisphere of your brain, your first eye, your pineal gland, your eyes, your ears, your nose, all of your head, so that you're clear thoughts, clear mind, clear heart, clear intentions, clear vibrations. Manifesting abundance, prosperity, sovereignty for the indigenous people of the four directions coming together as one to overthrow the oppression and tyranny that has, pretty much devastated our way of life as human beings on this planet. Om Reem Kleem Shreem Brazi Namaha. 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 Om Reem Kleem Brazi Namaha. Om Reem Kleem Shreem Brazi Namaha. Om Reem Kleem Shreem Brazi Namaha. Shreem Brazi, 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 Shreem Brazi. Om Reem Kleem Shreem Brazi Namaha. 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 Om Him Klim Shrim Bazi 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 Namaha. Shrim Brazi, 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 Shrim Brazi. Namaste. Still ringing. Before I move to the next section, I'm going to check out some of the comments. I see a few here. Thank you for being here, Bingo Thinker. Thank you for being here on TikTok. Thank you for the love and the hearts and the prayers. It's beautiful. And there's some people over here. Oh, somebody on here is calling me a scam. That's okay, Jen. Just because you don't believe in spiritual traditions of cultures around the world, that's okay. Not everybody is ready for this vibration. All right, so now we're going to move to the chimes, cosmic chimes and chanting session. So here we have some Equinox chimes. I don't know if you can see all of them. Instagram. Using the microphone. There we go. Okay. And so this is another technology that blends traditions. Acutonics was invented by some acupuncturists from the people of the North because a lot of their clients did not like the needles. Acupuncture is a tradition from the East. And they were also astrologers. So they had tuning forks and then these chimes tuned to different planetary frequencies based on Kepler's calculations, who we know studied with the ancient Egyptians. So this is a practice here that combines people of the North, people of the East, and people of the South. Even though we know that the origins of Chinese medicine is also with people from Africa. There's actually a lot of evidence stating that the indigenous people of Turtle Island of North America were also black or melanated before what is now called Native Americans. But that's another story. Today we're just honoring the common origin of these four directions as humanity. And the prayer is that we awaken, align to the truth, put aside our tribalism, put aside our nationalism, put aside our egoism, put aside racism, put aside caucasity, put aside anything that divides us or puts anyone above anyone else. All we can do is notice the origin, acknowledge the origin, but that doesn't make anyone better than anyone else. It just shows our common humanity. So the tones we have for today These are all actually, well, no, there's one that's not. These are all pretty much earth tones. And then I've added Mercury. Okay, so according to 13 months sidereal astrology, the fall equinox takes place in the sign of sidereal Virgo. And in Egyptian astrology, that constellation is called Aspolia, which is the seed. In Western astrology, Virgo is the goddess of the harvest. You see her with a big bundle of wheat. And in the Kemetic tradition, is a seed. And so at horoscopes, which is a 13-month Kemetic sidereal astrology system, we designate Virgo as Aspolia. And in the Western system, it's ruled by Jehuti, or Mercury. And this system is ruled by the female counterpart of Jehuti, Sasheta, the cosmic scribe. So this is a time of harvesting our intentions from the past year, and then it's also time to plant our intentions for this new cycle, as we're going into a time when things go in within and do what seeds do underground, and then in the spring, they rise, they come open, come alive. So the tones for today are this Anpu is the opener of the way. We always start with Anpu, the opening. We have Shasheta and Jehuti representing sidereal Virgo. Because with the intentions, we not only want to write them out, we want to speak them, speak our affirmations, speak them into existence. We have Ra, or the sun. And then I've also added Om for the earth in 1 year, and the earth in 1 day, Earth Day. So whatever vibrations come through, we want to ground them with the earth, or together. All right, so I'm going to be chanting the Kemetic names of the nectars associated with these vibrations, and then some of their characteristics, and some of my intentions for this ceremony. And there's always going to be people that disagree. Well, not always. There's going to be people that disagree. People in Western conventional astrology do not agree with 13 months Kemetic sidereal astrology. And that's fine. They're just not ready to ascend to another dimension. They're perfectly comfortable going round and round in a man-made system that's not based on nature. The 13-month system is based on how the sun and the planets actually move through the constellations. And the 12-month astrology system is man-made. It's not based on anything that actually happens in nature. So, here we go. the puas polia, the pujuti, the pusa shanta. I am the creation, coming into alignment with the One. I exist in duality, seeking divine unity. I speak my higher mind into my manifestation of reality. Jyoti writes out my destiny. I write my intentions. I write my prayers of devotion. That humanity will become one again. That humanity will see where we all come from. I speak my manifestation into reality. The end of duality, of illusion. The end of separation. Coming into alignment with one truth. May my heart be restored again to the earth. May we be in alignment with my heart again. Time for peace, balance, order, truth, justice, and harmony, reciprocity and righteousness. Do a wrong, I am creation. Do I spolio, I am seeds of intention. Do a Jehuti, I express the cosmic mind of creation. To us a shelter. I am the cosmic scribe. Nakura. Thank you very much. Thank you. And astrology by Jen. Well, you might. I don't know. I don't know if that person's still on. Oh, well, anyway. All right. Alright, so again, we are here for the fall equinox spiral dance medicine wheel, where we're honoring the 4 elements, the 4 aspects of being, the 4 directions, the 4 seasons, and the indigenous people of the 4 directions coming together as one, prophesied by the Hopi 10,000 years ago. They prophesied that during this time when there'd be spider webs in the sky and the 3rd shaking of the earth, and people would be walking around like zombies in shells and not be real inside. And I have a song, The Great Purification of All Things, that grandmother said the Mississippi is going to boil from the heat of the falling bombs, and the air is going to get really hot. We're going to have to go to the mountains. They also tell us that when we share the wisdom teachings, it makes it easier to go through the 3rd shaking of the earth, the great purification of all things, the dissolving of illusion, the dissolving of this impressive energy that has us gripped. I think, what is it, the solar return? No, Saturn return of the United States of America is going on right now, and it's retrograde. So that means it's the dissolution of the Western imperialism is what we're experiencing. There's lots of ways to call it. Some call it the apocalypse, or the what's the other one? Somewhere in the Bible. I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, it's just it's only considered a negative thing if you're in the oppressive regime. if you're one of the indigenous peoples of four directions, you're like, yes, Babylon's falling. Okay, so we're going to close out the session with another song from Turtle Island. Gratitude. I'm very grateful to have come across this wisdom and this medicine, and I'm grateful to be in a position to share it with people. You can look up the Hopi prophecy, and you'll learn more about what they say about these times. These prophecies are over 10,000 years old. And we say it's an honor to be alive during this time. It's also the most difficult time to be living in. So here's a song from the Cherokee Nation of Turtle Island. That's another one of my Turtle Island lineage. Actually, 3 of my grandparents have Cherokee mothers, and then the 4th one has the Blackfoot mother. Dali Adawahi, Dali Adayenwiwa, O Sudan Sunani, O Sudan Sunani, Away, away, yo, hey, hey, yo, Kalulo Hikini Duda. Sky, our grandfather, way away, yo, hey, yo, Utawali Janilisi, Utawali Janilisi, son, our grandmother. Way away, yo, way away, Elohim Janet Sidina, Elohim Janet Sidina, birth our sweet mother. We are grateful. We are grateful. I hope. And I wanted to do, got this other wonderful little crystal pyramid chime. I don't know if you can see it. Very good. And a light there. And it's just a little something for all the pyramid cultures in the four directions. May my heart be restored to the earth. May my heart be restored to the earth. May my heart be restored to the earth. And now to seal in the good vibes, we'll go clockwise. Right. Well, thank you very much for tuning in, Dua. Thank you very much, and I really appreciate your presence. Leave your comments in the chat room. Any other suggestions? I don't know exactly when I'll be back with more offerings. I know I'll be back for the mid-fall offering on November 1st. As far as the regular Cosmic Chimes and Chanting, I'm still waiting for guidance on the schedule. But if something unusual pops up, like another unusual alignment or conjunction, I'll be back. And if you have time on Sunday, we'll be having the Fall Equinox Reggae Music Experience, which will be live from the Catalyst in Chicago, or you can catch the live stream on the Tachia Ahmet YouTube music channel. We're also going to try it on TikTok, and then you can catch the replays. So thanks again. Many thanks for being here for this Fall Equinox Spiral Dance Medicine Wheel offering with chants and sounds representing the 4 elements, 4 directions, 4 seasons, 4 aspects of being, and the indigenous people of the 4 directions coming together as one, acknowledging our common origin of humanity and taking it beyond. Dua Hatep.